What's up, YouTube? I got cat scratch fever. Or cat scratch disease. I've made videos with that little neighborhood cat that we have that hangs out around here. A couple weeks ago that I was out walking my dog and he likes to follow me, and he got startled by a car and he ran up to me, and I picked him up and he just immediately just sunk his teeth into my hands. Put a couple puncture wounds into my hand and then just tore up the tendons and just ripped a bunch of muscles up. I mean, he wrenched it. I felt like someone had some vice grips just grinding on my hand. Immediately my hand swelled up. I finished my walk and got home and put alcohol peroxide on it and stuff. Now, I've been bit by cats and scratched by cats like 100,000 times, but apparently every once in a while you get bit by a cat who's been infected by a flea of the Bartonella virus, and it's a virus that's transmitted from a flea to a cat to a human, and man, it's no joke. I didn't really even know cat scratch fever was a thing, but you know, I was watching around the puncture wounds for signs of infection, and they healed up surprisingly quickly, which the actual Bartonella virus actually helps the wound heal quickly so that it can stay trapped inside the system in the host. But the bite itself was extremely painful. My hand swelled up like a balloon, and I pretty much lost the ability to move my hand. I've got a little bit of movement back. The tendons in the back of my hand won't allow me to lift my fingers very much, so I'm not going to be able to play guitar like I used to for probably, I don't know, it's been several weeks. And I imagine that when I do have the ability to start playing again without any pain, it's going to take me months and months to rehab before I can actually probably even play half as good as I was before. Just really depressing, but I've had injuries before, and if you just pick it up and play every day, you start to get your muscle memory and your strength back. But it's no guitar for me. And the pain alone from the bite is one thing, but a few days after, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 days after the bite, I thought the damage in my hands and muscle tissue was going to be the big deal, but all of a sudden, the closest lymph node to the wound, which happened to be like right under my bicep, just swelled up like a golf ball. If you've ever had a lymph node swell up, it's not pleasant. It's extremely painful. And man, that was brutal. And then the fever came, and it's not a really bad fever. I'd say it's a mild fever. You can break it with some ibuprofen and stuff, but man, no joke. Apparently if a cat has this virus, if it were to lick you, it can make you go blind. That's pretty scary. But yeah, he's a great little cat. He's just a random neighborhood cat, though. I'd give him food and give him a place of shelter when it rains and stuff if he needs it. But man, he really he bit the hand that fed him. Jacked me up. It's kind of sad I'm not going to be able to play guitar for a long time. That's like the most depressing thing, because that's like a release for me, you know what I mean? It's like something I do to kind of zone out everything, just clear my head. So it's been hard adjusting to that, but you know, it's all good. Last time I hurt my wrist pretty bad, and I wasn't able to play for a couple of months, and it was kind of interesting when you come back from an injury and you start rehabbing. You find new things about yourself. I found a couple new techniques. I picked up some new things. You start learning a little bit differently. So unfortunately, it's going to be months and months and months till I can rip the guitar again. But maybe I'll have a new perspective on it and come up with some new creative licks and stuff. I don't know. Just trying to be positive about it. But don't pick up stray cats. Strange cats. If they scratch you, man, you don't want this cat scratch fever thing Bartonella virus or whatever it is, because it's no fun. Fever, sweats. It's been probably 10 or 12 days, and I'm just now starting to feel like a person again, even though the pain in my hand still hurts from the damage he did. I didn't know a little 15-pound alley cat could bite so hard. It's pretty crazy. But I don't know. Well, maybe when I'm feeling up to it, I'll do a video, see how much guitar I can play, see if I can even make a G chord. But it's going to be a few weeks. Ironically, as much as I'm always talking about my hand, the divine proportion and the astrological Godonian hands, the hands of time, and all that stuff, will end up hurting my hand. But anyways, just thought I'd share that. You know, for treatment, there's not really much. I guess some doctors will prescribe antibiotics, but some choose not to. So it's like a self-treating disease. You just kind of let it run its course. And I soaked my hand in ice for the wound, and I took ibuprofen for the swelling, and it's still painful. And you just kind of let it go. Hopefully, time is what helps the most. And then for that swollen lymph node, that's brutal. Try to eat good, take a low calcium diet in hopes that the thing doesn't calcify, and whatever you can do to maybe warm compress with some castor oil on it, something like that. You know, that seemed to ease the pain a little bit, but it took a long time. Yeah, I'll be right in. Talking to myself. Sharing my cat scratch fever experience.
You're selfie videoing again?
Selfie video? Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. Blogging. I'll be right in. Anyways, peace.